Well, this isn't Miami. It is Miamisburg, Ohio, and we are at the first of two estate sales that look pretty fun today and pretty well attended. There's a line, so I'm going to have to stand for a while.
Sorry.
Right, and it's been a lot.
Okay, I get it. But I want that.
Like a scissor. I've done those where.
Bunch of knives going. There's a bunch of different kind of stuff here. The bike is awesome, yes. 300, yeah, that's a good deal. $28 on the one that's in good shape. The other one has a crack and a McDonald's sized tea. A good deal at 30. Yeah.
Downstairs, if you tell them that you're coming back tomorrow.
For the tables?
Yep.
Make sure they just your name.
Just to let them know. That way they get it marked for you.
Ian,
Okay.
didn't I pay
What's
you
your-
already for this?
As soon as you get in a rush, you either lose a lot or you overcharge somebody and treat them unfairly.
And that's hard on either way. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you're fine. And the 153. So it comes up to 1,016 grams.
Right, here we go. There are some fun things here. I like this celluloid donkey with the nodder head. And that's $5. And I think that's cute enough to take. We've got the felt bunny set for Christmas, some pogo characters, and the Marx plastic Donald Duck from the 70s. And that's $4. And I know I can sell that in Florida. Such a strange color. $25 on the old Erie pan. This guy's got a great face. Let's see what we've got here. I think it's just a homemade job. 20 bucks. Look like they're by Club. Let's take a look. Good color. Yep, Club aluminum. Prices are not bad on these. I mean, Club didn't wear so well though. Go downstairs first because this rumpus room looks like it's really fun, and they have these old barrel chairs. I've sold these at estates before. My roommate had a set in college. They're really heavy, but they're really cool looking, and they have the entire barrel bar to go with it. And they even have the sofa. You never see the sofa. That's cool.
I don't know, I'm gonna have to ask.
They're asking $3.95 for the bar set. That's really not outrageous. I mean, that could certainly sell for more. Those are 70s. Very nice. Oh, those were by Avon. I remember as a kid. Yeah, it'd come with the soap, yeah. Oh, yes, I got Donald Duck. Oh, that's so fun. These are cute. This is definitely a 70s style rec room. I just love it. I mean, look at the carpet. It's all in really good shape, too. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. They've got the red television set, the Hitachi.
That's cool.
That is cool. A lot of fun stuff here. Cuckoo clock is 25. If it works, that's a good deal. They don't always work. They're kind of finicky. They even have the barrel end tables and lamps. I mean, boy, I could just take this whole set if I had the space somewhere, but I don't. 70s era hanging lamp. Brass for the Bath by Brass Crafters. They even have the barrel magazine rack. That is so great. This is sold from about 1910. 40 bucks is a pretty decent price. And a Chrissy doll in the box, but I'll bet they cut her hair because she shouldn't still be here for 8 bucks. Oh yeah, she got a bad haircut. Panasonic with 8-track. This was super deluxe at the time. Now this is pretty cool, and it's $28. It's Wild Bill Hickok. These were very popular when he was traveling the country. And his lasso was there, which is usually missing, so I think I'm going to take him. Boy, this is a real early 70s time capsule of a house. The orange percolator, a bunch of stuff celebrating the Cincinnati Bengals, because that's where we are, amongst other commemoratives. There's the old Riverfront Stadium commemorative bottle, talking about the World Series. Hot Rod magazine, Rod Action. Kind of a cute case here. I might need to pick this up just to have something to carry in. I didn't think to bring a box. Certainly I should know better. Well, the gal who was behind me in line does not know, but this is the soap that would have probably gone with her stuff. All these 70s Avon things. I mean, this is just exactly what we grew up with back in the day. If you were middle class, probably somebody in your family knew an Avon lady. Fielder's Choice. Trying to look like a Leroy Neiman. Ooh, there is an old Maytag washer. That's cool. These great lamps are sold already. The the plastic Coca-Cola lamp from the 70s. Nice to see some Matchbox in the original boxes. So we're going to take a look at prices here. So far their prices are pretty fair. They seem like they're pricing about half of retail on a lot of stuff. I know I'm going to take these two at $10 and $12. These other ones are a little more expensive, so we're going to look into them. Now it's important to take them out and make sure, because they may have been played with. The dump truck had a few chips on it, so we're leaving that. That seems nice and clean. 55 cents originally. This one has a scratch in the window, which I think is a factory flaw, but still is a problem. Race car is super clean. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised some of these are still there. $25 might have dissuaded people, but that's half of what it's worth. It's the Lotus race car. They renumbered some of the boxes, and this is a little later series. It's not the very, very earliest, but that doesn't matter. I had all of these when I was a kid. The farm truck has to have the animals, so we're going to check for that. It does. It's not chipped. It doesn't have any flaws. Again, these are easy to ship. They're small, they're lightweight, and they're in great shape, and these prices are just fine. $12 is about a third of what it goes for. Priced at $15, they're selling for $38. These sell so fast every time I get them. I'm just really surprised the dealers didn't already clear all of these out. So the fact that I'm getting some of them makes me very happy. We'll just make sure the condition's good on this one. Oh, see, someone played with this, so I'm going to reject that. So I rejected 3, and I bought 3. These have been made over and over and over again. This one has Fahrenheit and Celsius, so it's later. But if it's American made, I'll still take it. And there it is, USA, because it's only $8. And even this later version is certainly worth a bit more than that. Well, let's see what else from my childhood I can recognize. Spudsy is something I remember kids having. Spudsy was very strange. I think it was sort of an attempt to capitalize on Mr. Potato Head. It was an Ohio art toy. And I don't remember what happened when you turned the dial. Let's see if we can find out. Well, not much, because Spudsy doesn't seem to work anymore. People keep telling me, look at mugs. And this is an oddities with a cat. We know everybody loves cats. The oddities cat mugs are doing pretty well, so we're going to put that in the bag too. Cabbage Back, the 1985 version. They were such a phenomenon when they were new. It's hard to imagine how popular they were. People fought each other in line over them to get them for their kids. $2 for the orange Tupperware is kind of a no-brainer if the lid goes on right. See, I think people came for the big expensive stuff right away, and they didn't come for these fun little things that I make money on, so I'm glad I came to this sale. Tonka dune buggy, not in great shape. Silver plate and dishes. Ooh, and a neat ice crusher down here. Let's see how much this runs.
We like the top too.
$12 for isomat, but it's kind of worn.
It is all right.
We'll set it out where people can see it a little better. Newer Matchbox in the blister pack does not interest me. Quite an impressive crest for $60. Metal with the mace from the 60s. Now this is a beautiful set. It's in great shape. Hard to find now, but $8.25. Ooh boy, that is a hefty price.
Hello.
Delta Queen will
totally
take you
fine to
to
get
Mardi Gras from the Port of Cincinnati. That's pretty fun. $15.
Sure.
Someone around here would probably like that. This house is really tight, so they're making sold piles wherever they can.
Cool.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Pretty old relish. Looks like a Carlsbad out of Austria.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of pretty early transferware from the
Now, whether you want to
early 1900s.
you have
But unless I see RS Prussia, I'm not really going to grab any of this.
What do you think, honey?
And these are
Well, this one's very cute with the 2 women though, and that's only $6.
so those
I could see that selling.
So those are
At one time, $55. You know, there may be a market for this again someday. Oh, a camera with its case for $12. That seems like it could be good. Let's see what condition it's in. It's a Konica. It looks like it is a rangefinder from the 50s.
that's we found it that way. So yeah, I guess you can do whatever you want with it.
Sure. I like it without the cameras myself.
Yeah. I mean, you could put it like.
Let's see if it works. Well, this seems to want to spin freely, which bothers me a little bit. It operates. Everything else seems to work. The shutter seems to work. And the important thing is, it takes a picture.
I'm not good.
Yeah, I think we're all right here. We'll take this for this price. And the thing no one's paying attention to is Wedgwood, but I think this might be stationary rather than an actual piece of Wedgwood. If we can get that to come off, let's take a look. Oh, no, it's a tiny, tiny tea set. These look almost more like ornaments. Yeah, and in fact they are. And I don't know that that's exactly the kind of Wedgwood. I think people are really looking for Jasperware that actually is functional right now, so I'm going to leave that. Some Moss Rose miniature lamps. Definitely a 60s throwback to Victorian times. Napco from Japan. Ironstone. Martha Stewart has repopularized this. This is Johnson Brothers. It's a relatively recent set. It's only $80, which, if you like it, it's actually really good stuff and very simple. Can go in a microwave and a dishwasher. Old hats. We'll see how old. The Heartbeat of America. Well, that was Chevy's 1980s, and there's the foam. And this is from the Moraine Assembly Plant. That might make it a little bit more interesting. I think this one might be the one to buy. These cats, boy, are they a thing now. Seems very funny to me. They're really not all that old. They're from the early 90s, and they sure made a ton of them. French China, which means it's not. It's probably American to vaguely look like French, from about 1930. $45 on the old cash register, and it's chrome, and it's got all the paid outs and the counting things. I bought one of these once before. It weighed a ton. It was no fun to move, but that's a great price. The last one I bought for this price, it is frozen, so I'm going to leave it. Scale is neat. It's $45, but I have not had success selling the scale that I have that is very similar to this, so I'm going to leave that too. But these people had a lot of fun assembling this. You can tell they had a fun rec room and a very good time doing it. Battling tops. Well, this was really fun. I'm glad I came to the basement first. Now we're going to see what's in the rest of the house. Ooh, the old shag carpet might be worth cleaning if it's not rotten. But it's lived in this basement, so that might not be a good sign. Some old games. Fascination, the famous electric maze game, that's $10. Old board scale for $5, but not a very exciting color. Security file, that could be useful. There's an old vacuum cleaner. I'm sure Zeno would like that. A big blue canister vac. It's trying to look like an Electrolux, but it's an Electro Hygiene from about 1960. Some more stereo equipment. The turntable here. I do look at tool benches because sometimes you find old planes and things. Sometimes these are fun, depending on the graphics. This one's fairly common. It's to repair your old tube tires. The railing seems to have had a problem. Look at this great old wallpaper, though. Neat carved oak throne chair for $250. This looks like American oak from about the 1890s. That is just really handsome with the faces. More Avon. I love the fact that this place is well kept, but it is right out of 1970. And no one's really paying attention to the fragrances, but I'll give them a moment. Nice little wicker stand here, too. Let's see if any of these are decent brands that smell good, or if they're just sort of cheap Avon stuff. Mon Trumpf. Miniature perfumes are just fun for people to collect and put on a shelf. $2 each. I don't really get a lot more than that, though. This little frame shadow box with the bouquet is $5. Bunch of copper pieces here. More recent vintage. This one I noticed they priced a little higher because it at least has a little older look. But these are DeForest of California. For Uncle Sam and for me. Uncle Sam back then was getting a bigger piece. Doesn't have the stopper, but they are awfully cute. Notice that it has sort of a stem for a neck. That's because they also did one of these that could be the head to a cookie jar. For me, has a chip on the ear though, so I guess we're going to leave those. Got a dream pet here, but he looks kind of sad. Royal Light, very small, circa 1970 typewriter. Great size. The typewriters aren't selling as fast as they were, but they're still selling, and that's a small enough one that actually would be an easy thing to take to a show or put into display, so I think I might pick that one up. I wish it was a more exciting color, but I still think it's got some style. And then the whole Polaroid kit, it's got everything. It's got the big, huge camera. This is the 850 with the diaphragm that pops out. It's got the postcarder, and it's got the instructions, and it's got the flashes and everything. And it's got the cover for the whole deal. The only thing I don't see it having is a price tag. Oh, $20. Body exerciser. Just putting that together looks like the exercise. Paper shredder, an old hat box. Let's see if there's a hat in it. I don't think so, because I see hats are priced separately on it. Yeah, no, that's just the box. Because the hats, they've got up here. There is a look for you. Right out of the 70s. There were car interiors that matched. Ooh, and there's some polyester for you. These would be fun to wear at a vintage fashion show, but I think this person's a little stouter and shorter than I was. To be picked up. Yeah, I figured this would sell right away. Dealers love these for displays in mid-century modern booths now. Very red 1970s chairs. A little bit of jewelry, nothing that looks significant. This is a cute setup here, or a cluster of things. This is juvenile wear from about 1910. Doesn't sell like it used to, but some of these may be Roseville pieces. I don't quite recognize the shape. Several companies made this sort of thing. There's your Thunderpod. All of them seem to have chips. Even though these aren't big sellers, that's actually neat looking. And it's from about 1910. $18 seems like a great price for them. Very neo-deco 70s brass set, and it sold right away. I'm not surprised. They're pretty popular. Afghan for $12. Piece of plaid luggage. It's the original package from JCPenney. Yeah, this is Grasshopper. This is a different company, but these are cute. And for $10, maybe I'll put my stuff in this that I buy. Gonna check this zipper. Oh, that's nice and clean inside. Yes, I think we'll get this. Another very 70s lamp with great proportions, but sort of a boring color. Someone came and got their Cape Cod. All right, we're in the garage. There's a sorter full of various and sundry, it looks like mostly office supplies. But I don't think anyone's looked in this, and you know, sometimes the thing to do it in a state when it's busy like this is look in the places that other people maybe haven't thought to, but it is indeed just office supplies. Lots of yard equipment, and the prices seem right because a lot of it went out already. Big golden swan, but it's been planted in, so I'm not even going to bother with that. This piece of furniture sold. They had another piece that matched it in another room. Decent, useful kitchenware. A lot of usable stuff out here. Not really antique and vintage stuff that I can see. There's one fry pan that's not in great shape, but we'll see who made this one. Oh, it's a Lodge. It's more recent, and it is in need of a little bit of seasoning for sure. Old school roller skates. Bench grinder. Bunch of old tennis rackets. But I didn't see anything with the people's faces on it, which is what you're looking for. Well, what a fun estate. I spent so much time here that we'll see what's left at the next one, but we've got one more to attend, so let's go find out. That was a lot of fun. I spent $153. I love what I got. Estate sale. People were really nice. The people in line were really nice. The neighbor across the street here was really horrible. When I walked out to take my thumbnail, he said, "What's going on over there?" And I said, "Oh, they're having a big estate sale." And he said, "Well, everyone's parked illegally," which we weren't. And I said, "Well, I've seen the police cruising up and down. Maybe you should give them a call." And his response was, "F you." And I was like, "Oh, good morning." Well, the other house is a split level that looks like it's from the 70s, and so we should see similar stuff in terms of era. It looked like they had some cool stuff in the pictures, and it's the only other estate sale in the area today. And it's by this company here, and there are still people in line, and they've been open since 9, so I think this is a pretty full house too. Yeah, isn't the Red Rooster neat? Sherman Stein, this looks like 1910s. Nice design, they're really pretty. 42.
Oh, the other side. All right, be careful of that first step.
Yeah. Not as tight as the other sale, but
Oh, I know. Were you at the other
I
side?
was, yes. But this one's fun too.
I almost like this one better.
Yeah, I think it's just
more
different.
stuff.
A little more stuff and just different stuff, exactly. So,
Everything else.
For the solar edition.
I'll look at the products too.
I'm sorry.
Hazel Atlas.
During showers, and we actually expect some enhanced.
More clubware. Afghans. Pretty color, but more than I want to pay. This one's actually the most fun with the big loops and the colors out of the 70s. Angry Kitty. It's a fun bib. Bunch of children's shoes. If this was an animal or a more fun pattern, I'd be interested. Oh, this handbag. Plain on one side, vinyl. These were not expensive, but the color scheme is actually pretty interesting. I think there could be a buyer for this at only $5. Definitely not as jammed as the other house. Lots of plaid shirts, but I don't see anything that looks old. Theshlow and Ryder, that is the company that made Scrabble. Cute map, and we see that Alaska is a state, but we don't see Hawaii, so this might be 1959. That would be an interesting and specific thing. Bubble lights, but unfortunately they're a little decayed. The box is neat though. And this is the tree that my mother insisted on getting instead of the aluminum tree that I wanted when I was 5, except she got the one that was spray painted with flocking. Oof, it was bad. This one isn't so bad. Presto Pine, $80. The wire art ship is $60. Very interesting thing in the early 70s. You'd have carpeting, but it wouldn't quite go to the edges. Big, wide polyester ties from the early 70s. They're $6 each. I like this one for the pattern. Videoing Downtown. What a fun and silly owl. The Lane Cedar chest. This one looks like it has been damaged where the lock is, which is fine because they all will have to be replaced. They were recalled because they were dangerous. This one's $140 from about 1940. Oh, I like the bucket rattan, $28 each. Wow, look at the lee sight on this. I don't love the shade, but I love everything else about it. With a different shade, that could be very modern. I realize the shade is old. I think we'll ask about that. Well, the folks running that estate sale were very nice, and I hope they will forgive me. They did have a sign that said that they didn't want videotaping. I tried to be really, really subtle, and I didn't show a lot, but I wanted to show you all the vintage stuff they had because they had some really cool things, and I bought some really cool things. Prices were pretty fair, and I'm very happy with what I got. If you are in Cincinnati or the area, you probably know Skyline Chili. Yes, I'd like the chili cheese fries, please. Only here can you get spaghetti with chili. and cheese and onions and beans and fries. Delicious and messy, and the trick is to leave it in there until the cheese melts. I did not do it properly like a local because I did not take hot sauce and oyster crackers with it, but that is the tradition. So I'm hitting the road. My total spend today was $210. I expect to price it around $600, so I feel good about the stuff I got and how it will do. I thought it was fun and interesting and a little different, and it's really great to be out here estate sailing again, even if it's chilly. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one. Also, click thumbs up to like this video and check the description for information about our Patreon, our memberships. We've got a lot of different levels with different perks and bonus videos and early content. Also, please do check out our website, theantiquenomad.com, for appraisal help. And we'll see you again for more adventures in the antique and vintage community soon. Bye for now.